Were you injured as a passenger in a car involved in an accident, or perhaps on the back of a motorcycle? If so, you have to decide whose insurance you're going to file a claim against, your driver or the third party. Check out this video to learn more. Hi, this is Barry with the LawFull channel. On this channel, you're going to find short legal videos on the topics that affect your life. I want this to be an interactive channel, so if you have any questions or comments, please tell me about it in the show notes below. And if you have a legal issue and you want some guidance, feel free to reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can. I often get calls from people who were involved in an accident as a passenger, either in a car or on the back of a motorcycle, and they always ask the same question: who do I sue? Well, the first answer is you're probably not going to have to sue anybody. But the question will arise, whose insurance company should you file a claim against? If the third party or defendant was responsible for the accident, then you're going to have the same rights as the driver of your vehicle. But what if your driver was responsible for the accident? Are you up to filing a claim against your spouse's or friend's or coworker's insurance policy? Let me give you an example. A while back, I was working at a law firm, and we represented a woman who was injured while riding as a passenger on the back of her friend's motorcycle. The friend tried to make a left-hand turn and hit some gravel and went down. We filed a claim against the driver's insurance policy, and a year later, we demanded $100,000 to settle the case. The friend was fine with it at first, but then when we demanded all this money, he got very upset and said, "Look, I was not responsible for the accident, the gravel was." Our client was upset as well. She didn't want to anger her friend, but we told her, one, the insurance company had already accepted liability or responsibility for the accident, and two, if her friend wasn't responsible for the accident, then there would be no recovery at all. Ultimately, she came around and we proceeded with our claim. One area where I'm seeing a large increase in these passenger cases involves Uber or rideshare drivers. I'm seeing a lot of these cases lately. And the cases can fall into one of two categories, right? The third party or the defendant might have caused the accident, or perhaps your Uber driver caused the accident. That will dictate who you file a claim against. I've also represented a couple of Uber drivers who were hit by third parties, and they filed a claim against those third parties' insurance companies. If you do get involved in an Uber accident and you have to file a claim against Uber's insurance, they're represented by James Rivers Insurance, and I put a link to the claims website in the show notes below. The same concept applies to bus accidents. If you're on a bus that gets hit by a third party, you can file a claim against the other driver for your injuries. But what if it was the bus driver that was at fault? Then you file a claim against the bus company. But if the bus company is a governmental entity, like in Chicago, the Chicago Transit Authority, the thing to watch out for is you're going to have a much shorter timeline within which to file a claim. Finally, this comes up in solo vehicle accidents as well. What if the car you're a passenger in hits a light pole or goes off the side of a road into a ditch? Of course, then you would file a claim against the driver as well. I recently received a call from a woman who was driving her vehicle and admitted to her insurance company that the car flipped over after she bent down to pick up a bag of potato chips. Well, unfortunately, her two small kids were in the back of the car, and they both suffered minor injuries in the accident. Ultimately, they filed claims against their mother's insurance to seek compensation. Okay, it's time for your take on the law. Were you a passenger in a motor vehicle that was involved in an accident? Who did you file a claim with, and how did it turn out? Tell us about it in the comments below. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you want to see more LawFull videos, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you have any legal questions, reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can.